I'd like to tell you this little story about two men. It's a true story. It's an ongoing story. It's happening at the moment. I want to tell you this story because it's a story about mentality. It's a story about being positive, because in our lives, in your life, your mentality will drive your life. Your mentality will determine whether you live a happy life, a successful life, a rich life. And I'm not just talking about money when I say living a rich life. Your mind, your mentality is key to who you are and what you do and what you achieve in your life. Back to this story of these two men. They're two guys about the same age. They work in a retail food business, but they run two different shops. In these shops, both about the same size of shop, they sell the same products, they do the same routines on a day-to-day basis, and they're protected in that shop in this COVID world in which we're living at the moment, these challenging and strange, turbulent times in which we're living. They're protected as much as they can be with sanitizers, with gloves, with face masks, with social distancing, with partitioning in glass partitions. But here's the thing, here's the essence of this story. One man gets up every day, and he's getting a little bit resentful in his business because he's feeling that he's not, getting anything out of it, and he's having to go to work. And there's these people that are furloughed in England at the moment, and it gets to a head for him when the government, do you remember just a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago, they extended the furlough system, and he met that with a real sort of bitterness, and he sent a message to his boss saying, it's not fair, is it? It's all right for those people who are furloughed because I've got to come to work every day. I've got to risk, put my life, my health at risk by getting the possibility of getting exposed to this virus, and I'm doing it all for nothing. Now, he forgets that he's enjoyed a bonus in the first, number of weeks of the lockdown when things were tough. Forgot that he's actually working for a bonus this year, and he's forgetting that he's paid a good salary anyway, and that he's given a lot of autonomy in his business like no other business. The business is run in a different way to most businesses. Now, the other guy gets up every day. He gets up with a different mentality, a different attitude. He's thankful every day he gets up. He's thankful that he works in a business that's stable. He's thankful that it's not going to go under. He's thankful that this business allows him to pay his bills, pay his mortgage, keeps a roof over his family's head. He's thankful that he isn't at home vegetating on a daily basis, that he's got something to do, that he's got some focus in his life and he feels worthwhile, on a mission to help play his part in feeding the nation. He's just thankful for the fact that he's living. He's thankful that he gets up every day and enjoys the good clean air. Now, the question from this little story for you, it's a true story, it's an ongoing story, is which guy's having the best time of it? They've both, going to go up and do the same job in the same sort of conditions. One guy gets up and puts a ball and chain of misery around his legs, and he's got to walk everywhere in his day, dragging this ball around with him, getting heavier and weighing him down the longer the day goes. Whereas the other guy gets up, he's free as a bird, light as a feather, because he's got glee, he's got thankfulness in his body, he's got some gratitude in his attitude, thankful, and can't wait to get there and do his bit. Which one do you think is having the best life? Which one do you think is going to have the best future? And it's all determined from mentality. And it reminds me of another little story. I was going to do a talk in a school in Southampton, and I'm being led from the reception down to the hall where I'm going to talk to the students, and the person that's walking me to the hall tells me that, my husband's a speaker too, and he talks from an NLP basis. And I've heard of NLP before, I didn't really know what it was, and I'm thinking, and then there's a hierarchy in NLP, and this guy apparently was one of the top people that, top you could get in NLP. He was like a fifth Dan or whatever you do in the NLP world. And I'm thinking, I'm going to go and do this talk, and you're going to be sat there watching me. You've obviously listened to your husband talk, and he's going to be fantastic, and he knows all about NLP. And you're going to think, I'm rubbish, and I'm going to be rubbish. And fear and anxiety were starting to get hold of me, and I managed to pull myself back from it, went in and did my talk, and it all went very well. But I was left with thinking, what is this NLP thing then? Because it was very mystical to me. So I went on a free taster weekend of NLP, found out that NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Neuro, your brain, linguistic, talking, and programming. So you talk to yourself and program your brain. And if I got it right, those of you that know NLP would tell me, yes, I have or I haven't. But NLP basically is about the fact that life will throw situations, and life's thrown us a really big situation Well, that's to deal with at the moment, isn't it? And from that big situation, we're getting lots of other challenges. You know, it's a really challenging, turbulent time in which we're living. The essence of NLP says that life will throw things at you, and you have got a choice in how you react to those things, either negative or positively. And if you react negatively, that will give you a negative outcome and negative emotions that you will feel, and the vice versa. If you take a positive stance to it, you will have a positive outcome in your emotions and in your positivity. And if you look at NLP, if you look back at a little story of those little two men, they're NLPing themselves, they're neuro-linguistically programming themselves every day. One gets up to be a bit resentful, a bit negative, a bit down, a bit hurt, a bit put on. The other one gets up thinking, I'm as free as a bird, I'm going to go and enjoy my day. Which one? I'll put it to you again. Which one is going to have the best day every day? It's an ongoing, it's a true story, it's happening right now. Which one is going to have the best future? When you wake up tomorrow morning, this morning, next morning, whatever morning, you've got a choice of how you're going to meet your day. You can program yourself for it to be good, great and positive. You can look towards your future and program it to be good, great and positive, or you can do the worst possible thing and program it as a negative thing. You can get yourself ready for when challenges meet you on a daily basis. You're going to take them in the positive rather than the negative. It's not to say that we live in a fantastically world where everything's great and we never get down, because that's not just real, is it? We all get upset, we all get frustrated, we all get anxious, we all get negative. But you can control it and you can be more positive than you are negative, and that will definitely play on your happiness. It will play on how you get through today, this day, tomorrow, the next day. It will definitely affect how you live your life, whether you're successful, whether you're happy, whether you're rich, and I'm not just talking about money. So you need to get your mentality right. Take a little lesson from this ongoing daily little fable that's occurring at the moment from those two men working in a shop. Get up with a positive mentality. Work on your mentality. Keep it positive. Keep it positive. As most positive as you can, and you will be better off for it.